Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right. It's Stongo Jokaya.
Yes.
I'm talking to Jonathan now.
Oh, okay.
Stongo Jokaya Dega. Okay. But if I'm talking to all of you, I'm saying it's Stongo Jokaya Dega ga. Did y'all make it through the night? Okay. Okay, look here. Okay, it's still going Jokayadega, or it's still going Jokayadega ga. Now listen, right here, the ending, this is for one person, Jokayadega, and it's still going Jokayadega ga. That's plural, okay? That's more than one. This says you have been signed out because you're currently signed in on another device. Let me exit out. Hold on. Anyway, sorry about me being gone. My husband had some health issues. I had some eye issues, and it's just been, but we're gonna go. We're gonna learn new things, and I'm sending them in. And right now, I have to. My computer's down, of all things. It's just been a bad month for me. So just hang in there, guys. And like I said, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
We're glad you're back.
Well, I am too. I'm glad because I got to the office this morning and was like completely lost. I'm like, okay, where am I at? And that's what one thing I'll have to play catch up, and I have to play trying to find myself back in. So y'all guys, y'all been really patient, and I appreciate that.
All right, here you go.
Exit out.
Just exit. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. That's more than one, but look at the ending here. And that's what our language is about. Sometimes they change. And that's what we're learning, but we're learning different words, and we're going, look here. This is different words. Remember, I told you we was going to learn different words. Now I want y'all to pay attention. It says we shoha or we bofka. We wanyajiduis. A hippopotamus likes water. We shoha is water pig. But this right here, they call it we bofka. But I use that for a whale, or this says it blows water. So I'd rather use this right here, we shoka, saying water pig. So they didn't know what it was, so it's descriptive. Yaji means likes, dois. He likes it. We shoka, I want y'all to remember these words now. We shoka is a hippopotamus. Okay. Adami bajuksi dos. Bajuksi means bashed or ruined, like you can bajuksi means like bashed in or dented. Okay. It says Adami is a car, bajuksi dos. The car is bashed in. And see, this can go anywhere, like Adami bajuksi. I crashed a car, or I dented the car. This is everything that, and this is just words that you hardly ever hear. And that's what I want to go into now, is teaching you words that you probably haven't heard anywhere else. Probably you probably did, but I mean, for the ones that knows the language probably has, but the ones that don't know, bajuksi means bashed in. Dakfaliliska, damgit athidos. Dakfaliliska is a bat. A bat is flying around. A bat. Dakfaliliska. Dakfaliliska. Okay. Dakfaliliska. Remember now, we shoka, hippopotamus, bajuksi, bashed in or dented, or even crashed. That's what, and like if you put a dent in your car, I dented my car, or I crashed my car. Okay. Dakfaliliska, damgit athidos. Dakfaliliska is bad. Damgit is flying. Around is round. Okay, I walked along the river. Abedjijit, Abedjijit, Abedjijit. Abedjida is to walk beside something. So I'm saying I walked along the river on the side of it. Abedjijit. Or Nini Abedjijit. Ah, yes. I'm going around the road, going along the road. Just following it. Does anybody have any questions so far? Because this is getting into really, I told you we was gonna get down into some real words that you hardly ever hear. And I know I don't hardly hear them. I don't hardly hear them because, I've tried, first of all, I don't have very many speakers in my area. And second of all, it's like, we just don't talk this way anymore. We don't talk the way we used to. Or you could say, Hachi Abedjijit Mvhayv. I was falling along the river fishing. Abedjijit. Any questions? Okay. And I got more coming. I got law phrases coming up. If I can, my computer's down. I can't do anything without lessons without my computer going. Chulotka. Istinayo fejidos. Chulotka is a cricket. And look at, I want y'all to look at all these words and look how different they are. You know what? Everybody's saying bad. We say Dafaliliska. When everybody's saying, I walked along the river, we say Hachi Abedjijit. Abedjijit. This is something that this is how I got into language to begin with. Look at the difference. Everybody says cricket, I say jolotka. Everybody says bat, I say dafaliliska. That's where these words comes in as being they're unique words. Language is unique. The whole world knows bat, but you're the one that knows dafaliliska. Everybody knows cricket, but you know jolotka. Jolotka. That's a jolotka. Okay. Oh, look. Miski Gulipa Fuliduis. Gulipa is fireflies. Gulipa. I want y'all to listen to that. Gulipa. Remember, Kolgi is light. Look how that is similar. Gulipa. It lights up. Gulipa and Miski is summer. Gulipa is fireflies. Fuliduis. They're around. They come out in summer. Okay. Look here. We even have a word for barn. Do, do. Now listen to this real good. Do, do. Do, do. Pahi adikiduis. Do, do is barn. Pahi is grass or hay. We don't have a word for hay. So we say grass. Adikiduis is in it. Do, bahi adikiduis. There is grass in the barn, but actually we use it for the word hay. Okay. We use it for the word hay. Any questions on that? The doctor is good. Alikcha. Heathiduis. Alikcha. Alikcha is doctor. Heathy's good. Duis is. Okay, look here now. Look at the difference. Hilis haya. Ayibidos. The medicine man has left. Look here. Alikcha is doctor. Hilis haya is medicine man. Those two can be confusing. But Hilis haya means is a medicine maker. Alicia is the doctor. Any questions on that? Look at this next one. Istilibega, Chushi is Hagidos. Leather. Istilibega is shoes, Chushi is leather. That's the word for leather. Sometimes they'll say Waga Husby. Waga Husby is cow skin. Chushi is leather. You don't hardly hear that anymore, Chushi. They call it Chushi. It's Hagidos. The shoes are made out of leather. So remember that word, Chushi. You don't hardly hear that word, Chushi. It's different. Okay, but they used to say Waga Husby, like cow skin, but the real word for leather is Chushi. Chushi. Okay, here's one. Hathisi anadoxit histoes. Anadoxit means when you're looking up at something. Golgi anadoxit histoes. Anadoxit. You don't hardly hear that anymore. Anadoxit means you're looking. Well, I don't know if it's actually looking out, but you're looking. How would you say that? How would I actually describe that? Like putting your head back and looking up at it, I guess. Putting your head back, looking up at it. That's the best way I can do it. Okay. Afala. Afala is poison ivy. Afala imbingali duis. He or she is afraid of poison ivy. Imbingali means scared of it, but I put afraid. But this means scared or afraid. Afala is poison ivy. You don't hear that anymore. You don't hear that. Afala. Afala is poison ivy. Any questions so far? Is this something? Okay. Raised hand. Oh, let me see. I don't see.
Yeah, we don't have the.
We don't have that. If you put it on chat, I can see your question.
He has no pictures.
Mvhayv,
Uh-huh.
can you hear me?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can hear.
Helis Haya, is that means, I know it means medicine man, but would that be medicine maker?
Yeah,
That would,
exactly. Medicine maker. Uh-huh. Because
okay,
Hilis is short for Hiliswa, and Haya means maker. So it's medicine maker.
okay.
So it's just saying this is just short for Hiliswa.
Be more like the traditional medicine man.
Yeah, the more traditional, yeah,
Because they make them medicine out of the herbs and stuff.
yeah. They make herbs and stuff out of medicine. That's how they call them that, but Hiliswa is cut right here. Haya, but they'll say Hiliswa, Hiliswa, that's just cut. Haya means maker. So there's a difference between a doctor and a doctor. They'll say Indian doctor, they'll say Indian doctor, but it's actually a medicine man. So there's a difference. Okay. Remember that afala. Okay. Look here, the dress name is pleated and get organic. Honna, nokwa, dos. The dress neck is pleated and gathered in kitty. That's something they don't hear. They'll say bigichki. Bigichki or bigichki is gathered. Even your little blouse and stuff like that, bigichki. Okay. Okay. Another question. Okay, there are open mics causing interference. They said if y'all can help that out, that would help. So any questions on this? Because of the fact that I did this to show you that there's more words than just what we're going into. There's a lot of different words and different ways of using them, but yet you can use them in a lot of ways. Okay, so look here. I made this. This is ja. I want y'all to remember this. Ja. Unaga saleji jaga. Saleji ja. Nakji naktoat. Unai duis. Nagi isti mijigodaya. Istimigodaya. It says when a word starts, remember this is a pronoun. When a word starts with ja, it shows ownership. You can't give it away. I put that in there because remember, it's a lot of times on language, it's all about you. They ask you, you're okay, you say, yeah. You know, you're okay. Chanokis, not anokis. It's always that a lot of times. So remember that. Okay, look here. Hoktuji igesi. Jokjoski dos. Jokjoski, you hardly ever hear that, which I use this all the time. The little girl's hair is knotted or tangled. Jokjoski. Jokjoski means knotted or tangled. And you don't hear that, which I use that on my little 8-year-old. I'll say, Chigayesi gasas Jokjoski. I'll say, comb your hair, hair is tangled. You know, and you know, they used to tell us too, you wake up with those little bitty, has anybody ever woke up with little bitty knots in their hair? They said, Dilabutski, that little people played with your hair that night.
So I must have them all over the place.
That's what they used to tell us, you know. They used to tell us it played with your hair. So, so my mom, you know, she used to say, and they're little bitty knots. I don't know if anybody's I used to wake up with little bitty knots. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes you'll have little bitty knots in your hair. And my mom used to say, Adilabutski knotted your hair up while you were sleeping. And they used to scare me to death. You know, but how did they get knots in them? That was my question. You know, you brush your hair, you go to bed, and there's those little bitty knots. How do they form? Is there a scientific answer to that? If anybody knows that scientific answer, let me know.
Mvhayv, it's from rubbing your head on the pillow.
Really? Well, you
Yeah.
know, we were told that those little dilabutskis, the dilabutski would knot your hair at night. And they used to say, they're playing with your hair. And they used to say, your hair's been played with by a dilabutski.
That actually happened more so since I've gotten older.
Yeah.
I don't remember them being like that every now and then when I was younger, but more so since it must be.
That's what, you know, that's what they used to say. They played with your hair.
Huh.
And they used to say they put them in knots. And my 2 daughters hasn't done that. But my little boy, he's got long hair, and I found a couple in his in 2 different intervals, you know. And they know what Dilabutski is. So I told him, I said, Dilabutski, play with your hair. And he said, you know. So what it's like, you know, that's what they used to, and that's what I believed in all my life, was that they played with your hair, you know, and it could have been just turning and tossing on the pillow. Okay. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna go back over them. We shokha is a hippopotamus. Bajuksi means bashed in or dented or crashed something. Dakfaliliska is a bat. Abedjidit means walked along beside something, walked along the river, walked along the road, you know. And you know, they used to say, yes. That was like making it funny. Boy, I just went along and just went on, you know, you know, I just walked along, just going along, you know. They used to say that, elders, you know. Cricket, chulotka. Chulotka. Chulotka is a cricket. Kulipa. Kulipa is fireflies. Kulipa. And we used to play with those when we were little. We'd catch them and put them on our fingers and they'd light up. They'd stay on there. And we used to tell them, look at our diamond rings. You know, but they used to stay on there. They would just flash, you know. And some of them, I didn't do it. I was too afraid, but some of them put it on their ear. Like their on the lobe of their ear, and they would, and I was afraid it would get in my ear. But they used to put it on their ears when we were growing up. And this bat, Takfaliliska. When we were at the grounds, we had one right by. We called it pop stand back then, but it was called, you know, right now it'd be concession, and all they sold was pop. And right there, there used to be a bat that flew around all the time. And we used to play with it. We'd stand out there and we'd throw pop cans up and we'd throw rocks at it in the evening. And my cousin killed it. He hit it right on. And there went our game. Because everybody never could hit it because they're real fast, you know, and we knew nobody would. He hit it, you know, he just actually hit that thing and killed it. And we were like, now what are we gonna do? That was our play, you know. So that's Takfaliliska. Abejiji means walked along. Chulotka, cricket. Istinaoteji means it's bothersome or bothers you all the time.
Can you say that about a sibling?
Yeah. You can say that about a sibling. Istinaoteji goes, well, that's what I said about my little grandson. You can never sit down when he's around. And yesterday he was. You know, yesterday we celebrated, we weren't here because we had sovereignty holiday. And my little grandson was the worst I've ever seen him. It was like grandma. And I said, I said, boy, you're bothersome. You know, and he just smiled at me, you know. And he wanted this, he wanted that. Can I take a bath? And that boy, he likes to get in a, he wants to take a bath, you know. And he said, I was out there on that trampoline and or he'll say, I fell in that mud. He didn't. He knows I can see him, but yet he'll say, I need to take a bath. Do. Yeah, now let's see that H right there. Do. Right here, do is a barn. When my grandma used to have one, and boy, we played in that barn. And she used to say, Jittor fully dois. Snakes were in there, they go around in there, but you know what? We stayed in there on that loft. And we'd go in there, and another thing, she would put like potatoes that she had grown in there. And I would say, I'm gonna get some potatoes, you know, and she knew I wasn't because I never brought them back. We were in there playing on a loft, and we'd say, and so when my mom showed up, or would be coming back from somewhere, we'd stay over there because we wanted to be in that doctor. She'd say, Manadikin Yofkinos. They were in that barn all evening. It's gotten evening because we were in there playing. Doctor. Alicha. Doctor. Alicha is a doctor. Alicha. Right here. Hilishaya. Hilishaya is a medicine man. It's saying he makes medicine. Hilishaya. Okay. Joshi. Joshi is leather. Joshi. Anadaksi. Anadoxy means looking up, like straight up at something. And you know, my mom used to say, anadoxy, especially at a person, you know, we went somewhere and there was a person that I was looking at, anadoxy. She was saying she was just looking up at him, you know, and didn't even move. Nikki used to go to anadoxy. She was saying she didn't even move, she just looked up at him, you know, and she would tap me, you know, quit looking up, you know. It was. All right, Mado Joe. Jesus. Afala is poison ivy or poison oak. There's no different, I don't think. I think it's both the same. Poison ivy is afala. So my mom, we used to, there is a ground close to my house and they had a bunch of poison ivy and I never got to go because I was so allergic to it. I'm not anymore, and that's strange. Because when I was growing up, if I just got close to it, I did not have to touch it. I would just, my eyes would swell up and I would itch, you know, and she would never let me go to that ground when they were having it because it had a lot of poison ivy there. And she said, in Nokezidondon, you guess, she was hurt by poison ivy. So we didn't go. But I was always, oh no, it was a different. And I'm not now, I can get around it and it don't bother me. Begitchkeet. Begitchkeet means gathered or pleated. Horna begitchkeet, like the dress was pleated or gathered. And you know, my mom, when my daughter was a little miss, she had to pleat the armbands, I mean the sleeves to her little dress. And she'd say, Begitchki-dooies. She was telling me how, and my daughter's dress was just like my grandmother's dress. It wasn't, we took the pattern from my grandmother's dress. And she said, Begitchki-dooies, the sleeves are gathered or pleated. And she made it just like my grandmother's dress. Okay, Ja, unaga saleji jaga nak, jinak dawat munai duis, nagi is timigitchugo dayat. When a word starts with Ja, it shows ownership, you can't give it away. Okay, Chukchuski is knotted or tangled. Chukchuski. And that means tangled. Like I tell, I don't know if y'all ever heard about that. It'll get in your hair really like a bee's nest. It'll get in your hair. My other grandson, he's got hair down his hips. And his hair's so thick, you would think his hair is about like this when it's braided. And he got that in his hair. It took his mother. She tried to get him, you know, she thought, well, I can cut it out, but there was so much in there. She had to put mayonnaise on it and put it in a bag. And she took a rat tail comb and pulled it out. And I said, when I first saw it, she said, Mama, he's got this thing in his hair, you know. And I said, what is it? She said, it's a tangle. It's like a tangled up on his hair. And he got in the chlorine water and that caused it. And I was like, let me look at it. I bet you I can get it out. And I looked at it and I said, nope, I can't get this out. And it took her 3 months because he didn't want to cut his hair. She took it out strand by strand, but she still had to trim his hair because it damaged it. With the chlorine and stuff in there, it damaged his hair. Chukchuski. Okay. Okay, here we go. So this is some different words, and I'm gonna go into different things here. Words rarely used. This is the one we said. Kapidini is a boss. Has anybody used these so far? Mokchoga. Look at that. Mok. Here we go. Mok. Just like that. Do. 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 Go. This is mokchoga. Cream. Danaloga. Dragon. Osha, poke salad.
Where would they get the word dragon? Do you
It can mean dragon or dinosaur. It might be an old word, I don't know.
know? Okay.
Danaloga. It can mean dragon, but my grandma used to say there were dragons around, and when she told that story, she called it Danaloga. You know, and then somebody else was telling me about dinosaurs, and they used the same thing,
Mhm.
Danaloga. Osha, poke salad. Dragonfly, dabashada, dabashana. But look here, it's almost close. Daddy long legs, double shoulder, double shoulder. Double shoulder. Island, Udi, Udi. Unusual or once in a while. Domahi, now listen to the tone. Domahi, you gotta say Domahi. Domahi. Moyimats, it happened. Moyimats, it happened. Like long time ago, they tell stories, they say Moyimats. Nugget Moyimats. Something happened. Nugget is something or what, something happened. Nugget Moyimats, it happened. And by the way, I've seen a lot of people at this festival. And I want to know, I was very honored to meet some of these people that was in my class at the festival. And I say, do mahi. Do mahi. Do mahi. And this is once in a while, this will happen to you. You know, I said, do mahi nakchamohi, something happened to me. Very unusual. And I said, I met some of my people in my class. And I said, Ajalfa Jijejides. It made me happy. See, now look. Ajalfa Jijejides. Instead of Afachki.
Yeah. I was thinking
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means I was very happy, but there's two different ways of saying that. Okay. Any questions on this? But so this is monuments. They used to say this right here, monuments. Nugget monuments. And they used to tell us not to be around water a lot. And I don't swim. I'm not around water. My husband loves water and my kids do too. But we heard so many stories about water, big water. I mean, they meant like large areas of water. We were scared of it. She used to say monuments, nugget monuments. And they used to tell about something living in that water, you know, monuments. And I got to tell you all that story. Most of the time they call it Mibojashi, or they call it owner of the water. And they used to say it'll do that. And like this, it's raining, really hard rains come in. My mom used to say they're making the water flood so they can move to another area. She used to say that. So we used to say, you know, they used to tell us, that's why it's raining, because they need to move. So they flood the water so they can move to another area. And you know, I grew up with little things like that, you know. And they used to say monuments. Well, I forgot monuments. When you go around water, it happens. So I was always scared of water. And I never, you know, my brother and them, they were in water all the time, but we never, I was too chicken. I was too, because I heard all these little stories about water, you know, and I was always scared of it. Hasithi dibagat or shobakta logat. Hasithi dibagat means it's separate. But shobakta logat means a frog swallowed it. And that's what my grandma used to say. Shobakta logat. Shobakta is a frog. And I don't know why that was the, and you know, if I had any sense back then, I would have asked. Why do you say a frog swallowed the moon when it was doing a lunar eclipse? There was something supposed to be going on too with the sky here. It was, I heard it. Something was going to be happening. Something was going to line up. We did see Jupiter and whatever. Me and my husband got up 5 o'clock in the morning. And went to go, he was one to see it. I mean, dog ass, mock dog ass, I mean what I say.
Oh, I heard that one. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, mock dog ass, I'm saying that, I mean it. You see, this is something you don't hear anymore.
That's my older aunt. Mock told me.
Mock dog ass, I am saying it, I mean it, you know. Do as I am doing. I am doing. Who be the hot do as I am cooking. Dogas now. They'll say Dogas, you know, Dogas now. So they'll say like Dogas, but they'll say do it now. Hanyon. Me just do it now. Dogas. Or you're looking at traffic or something, they'll say, Douglas, my mom used to say that to my husband all the time. He still remembers that. Okay. Mvhayv, Becky, you asked them, everyone used these words, and I have used Devasana explaining some nature words to my nephew. For the things we see often at the farm. Also, remember you gave a lesson with some of the words last year saying they have real Muscogee sound, and just last week when I was explaining words for things we see at the farm in the summer, I was thinking how Winahoga sounds like it fits the category. Winahoga is like Winahoga is like bugs, worms, because we don't have some words for and that is Devasana could be Winahoga. Winahoga, that's like bugs and stuff. Bugs, we call it Winahoga. So that's right, you know. And Winahoga is like little live things, you know, little bugs, worms. They call them Winahoga. But then we have words, you know, we got names for some of them, but if they talk in general, they say Winahoga. Winahoga solely for less. There was a lot of live things, because Winagi means alive. Winahoga means they're alive and out. Okay. Any questions more on that? I'm gonna go back over this. Make sure that y'all get the enunciation right. We shokha. We means water. Remember we say uwa, but you can't say uwa shokha. You have to say we-wa. Remember I said we-wa is just used in certain terms. That's where that comes in. We shokha. Hippopotamus. Bajokshi, bashed. Dakfalaliska, bat. Abejiji walked along or alongside of something. Cholotka, cricket. Kulipa, firefly. Doctor, barn. Doctor. Alicha, doctor. Hilishaya, medicine man. Joshi, leather. Hati, Anadoxy, looking up or nodding toward it. Afala is poison ivy. Now, Bigitsky, gathered or pleated. Chukchuski, knotted or tangled. Okay, knotted or tangled. Okay.
Mvhayv.
Uh-huh.
I was talking with my sons. We were talking about the Naloka, the dragons, Naloka. And they wanted me to ask you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You have the question.
They wanted me to ask you if they were fire-breathing dragons.
Yes,
and that's a serious question.
my grandma used to say, remember I told you that story, they'd sit under a porch and they could hear their wings flapping. And she said they were fire breathers. And she didn't say, she would say, Totka, Kishaga. She said when they breathed, fire came out of their mouth. That's why they hid from them. And they wouldn't let them see it. They wouldn't let them see them, I guess. They said they did. And that was surprising. And I actually thought dragons were around. And I actually thought dragons weren't real. But she said they were. And she said that when they were little, they used to stay under the porch. And she said they could hear their wings flapping and they breathe fire. So yeah, and whether, and that's kind of hard to believe. Because to me, they're we call it mystical or mythical.
But there's so many cultures.
Yeah.
Not just natives here on North America, there's around the world that talk about fire breathing dragons.
Yeah.
So.
And I always just thought they were mythical, but I imagine they were around because my grandma, gosh, she was born before statehood. And she would, she told about things like that. And yeah, she said they breathe fire. So tell them they did, and they did. And that's kind of hard to believe right now because I would have a hard time believing, even then. But what I know now, it would be hard to believe back then. I believed every word she said. And she would tell me, that they breathe fire. She'd say, Dorka Hishaga. She'd say they breathe fire. And she said you could hear their wings flapping. And she said they were, I don't know how big they were, but she said you could hear their wings, and she said they had a wide wingspan. Okay, we're gonna go back over.
Mvhayv.
He's Jay. This is 2A now. He's Jay. Hello. Istungo. How are you? Mvhayv. Very good or very well. Mon Chinda. And how about you? Istungesos. I am well. I am all right.
They don't trust us with knives?
Underneath the cabinet. Oh, there's some of those that right there in that top drawer.
You'll need this. Mute. Somebody mute. China Hamgogi. Istungon. Uh-oh. That should be, the A should be in there. China Hamgogi. It means your body as one. This is Jina. Jina is your body. You're saying your body. Hamgalgi. Your body as one. And that means actually your family. Jina Hamgalgi is Tungon Fulla. Tungon Fullis. Yes, they are around. Okay. Mon Jina Hamgalgi. Mon is Tungon Fulla. Is your family well also? Talking about them. But look here. This is something that we say all the time. In fact, I just asked this the other day. Is it sunny? Is the sun shining? I asked my grandson that. He went out. First thing he does when he gets up, he goes outside. And he wants to know where his buja is. Sometimes his buja is at work and he'll say, where's buja? And I'll say, is it sunny? Is the sun shining? That's what I asked him. And he'll say, little bit. Little bit. I don't know what that meant. Maybe a little bit cloudy. He said little bit. Yes, it is sunny. Mongodos. No, it's not. Oskidoa. Is it raining? Oskidos. Yes, it's raining. Hombida chiaja. Now this is what I ask him all the time. Hombida chiaja. Hombida chiaja, do you want to eat? And he don't say that hombuggies. He'll say, He'll just say, He'll just say, he'll just nod his head at me. Yes, I say hombida chiaja. And he, like I said, he doesn't know yesterday we was having I cooked black-eyed peas for him yesterday because he loves beans. Any kind of beans, red beans, white beans, black-eyed peas, green beans, peas, any kind of beans you put on the table. And I said, you want dalak, black-eyed peas, chiada. And he looked at me and he knew, he got an idea of what I was talking about. And he said, and daglegoji is bread, a biscuit, actually, it's biscuit. And so he splits it in half and bean juice. And he poured bean juice all over it and ate it. I can't do that.
About the same amount as if you were to go and get one from
Okay,
Apple.
somebody got their mic on.
Yeah, we can't, I can't.
Yeah.
Green.
Do it here. Chihitaga. Well, Fortnite means long time ago, long time. Chihitaga means I haven't seen you. Well, Fortnite, long time. Nagin do it, what have you been doing? Nagin do it, six. I haven't been doing nothing. Okay.
Don't mind snow.
Chichi is don't go nada. See, things like this is something that is was very common when we were growing up.
What's awesome, A-R-V, awesome, yeah, like,
Right here, office.
right there.
Oh, it says more chichkida is the word ata.
Uh-huh.
Ata is short for atida. But when you're talking, see right here, don't want office is around okay, but right here, ata means like are they? Are they going? Is she going around okay? Ata. Okay. Ata. So munchinda chitkida is tungon ata. And your father, how is he? Tata Mvhayv Ayiden Chiada. Do you want to go fishing? Tato is fish, Mvhayv. Mvhayv means you throw something out there. So it's not saying, it's just saying fishing, throw something out there. It's saying throw something out there. It don't say what, but it's understood you mean a pole or a line, you know, a line. Mvhayv, no, it's hot. Are you ready to sing? Yahegida Jindagiba. Jindagiba. Dagiba means ready. But when you put this jin to it, it means you're ready. Okay. But you know, you can even say that with dinner. Humbida dagiba.
You're around. Like in
You're ready. So, but look here, it says ihe dagis. Ihe dagis, yes, I am ready. But this says ihe andagis. But you can say ihe humbida.
Mhm.
You can use that in different ways. Anything with like, is it done? Is it ready? Okay. So when you're speaking, this is what I'm getting to right here. This is what it is. That's how come it started out first. It started out with pronouns. It started out with everything.
Consider actually way in the square, at least not in a long
You,
time.
Can you all turn those mic off? Please.
But
Somebody has their mic on and I can't mute it over
the
here.
only one that I can think of that's like kind of quick, like
Oh, she did. Sorry, but oh. Okay, monks means no. And my grandbaby, she sure, sure likes that. She's going. When did you get here? Istofen. Istofen means when. Alakitska. Did you get here? Did you get here? Istofen means when. Alakitska. Did you get here? Fachalega. Alakes. Fachalega. At noon, I got here. So this is the things that we asked, you know, we asked about things like this. We asked people about this. And back then it wasn't being nosy. Nowadays they say you're nosy, but back then it wasn't. It was just having a conversation. It was really hot this afternoon. See, you don't hear this anymore either. Fatchalek, Hoyanat, Osin Haydes. Okay, listen to the tone. Fatchalek, Hoyanat. Fatchalek is short for Fatchalegi. Hoyanat means past. Osin Haydes. So this is saying afternoon. But it's saying actually literal is past noon. Fortalek huyanat or thin heides. Ihe moides. Yes, it was. Nithi heidoes. It was hot at night. But listen to the tone. Fortalega, fortalek huyanat, or thin heides. You can make this hot. You can make this extreme by tone. So I can say, Fatchalek huyanat, or thin heides. It was really hot this afternoon, but that's just saying it was really hot. But if I say, Fatchalek huyanat, oh, thin heides. What does that tell you? Extreme. Extreme. See how that tone changed that meaning? You could say it was really hot this afternoon, or you can say it was really hot by the tone. You can change that meaning just by tone. Bugs, yeah. Bugs is winahoga. Winahoga means something that is alive. That's all it's saying, something is alive. Need to drop for a work meeting, Mado Mvhayv. Thank you, Mado. So that means bugs, anything that's alive, winahoga. Okay, that's not talking about dogs or cats and stuff. It's talking about something that, yeah, little that's on the ground and stuff. Winahoga. So that's like ladybugs. What do you call those? Roly polies, yeah, roly polies and stuff like that. They're a lot little live things. Winahoga. That's what that means. Okay. You can make this, it was hot at night. Nithi heidoes. You can say Nithi heidoes, just making a statement, but you can make that extreme too. Nithi heidoes. See, Nithi heidoes, and you can add a G to it to make it just exaggerated. Othin heidoes G. Othin heidoes G. Let me get this question. Winahogaji. It would be Kuce. Winahogaji. Yeah, you can say that. You can say winahogaji for little things, even little bitty ants. Winahogaji. You can say that. Very good. Nithi heido SG. You can say, boy, it was hot at night. But add that G to it. And see, these tones can change how you're talking about. And it's understood that this is the way it is. Do you know that song? Mvhayv Kifitska. Remember that. Mvhayv. Istorsat. A little bit, and you can change this. You can say istorsat a little bit, but you can say istorsat. Maybe just a tiny bit of it. See, you can change that meaning. It's just, that's where tones come in. Tones is it's very important in our language. And you may not realize tones are that important, but it can change, you know. You can say, I can just ask that and they say, a little bit, a little, some. It could mean any of that, some, little bit, a little. But if you say, maybe a little, maybe some, see, that tone. That tone can change that meaning. Chinda, how about you? Do you know it? See, we don't say, so in English, I can say, do you know that song? And you can say a little bit. And I say, how about you? I have to say, how about you? But here in Muskogee, I just say, Chinda, you. Chinda, see how that's shortened? See how the difference is? Okay. Monks, I don't know it. Okay, Yagabidan ahuyagis. Yagabidan is to walk. There the ending. Yagabida is to walk. Yagabidan is to walk somewhere. Okay, let's go. Ahuyagis. Let's go walking. Yagabidan ahuyagis. Where is then Dalofa town? And you know, sometimes I'll walk with my grandkids, like I'll say, Joga Hidagis. Let's see if the mailman came. Joga is paper. Sata means it's going around. It's been taken around. Joga Sata is a mailman. It just takes the mail around. It takes the paper around. Let's put it that way. It takes the paper around. So I'll say, let's go see if the mailman's been here. And Yagabi the Biggies will say, let's go walking. And they'll get on their bikes, of course, you know, and they know where to stop. They can't go across the road, so they'll be waiting at the end of the road for me. And I'll say, Yan, here. Or she go back, y'all stay right here. And I'll go across and I'll get, and they'll say, oh, no mailman. But the little girl will say, Joe Shafa. And she don't say, she'll nod her head, no Joe Shafa. He ain't here yet. And I said, well, he might have been just no Joe. Okay. See how that can be used? There's so many different ways. Oh, I know. I use this all the time. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Okay. I use this all the time. Let's go lunch. Oh, I know. Let's go to town. Oh, I know. Let's go here. Oh, I know. Okay. You know, or let's cook. Oh, I know. let's clean the yard. Oh, I know. Okay. You know, that's agreement or saying, okay, I agree. Okay. Yeah. Abiyigo mongen chogoji. Yes. I'm going to the bathroom before we go. Abiyigo. Before. I'll say before we go. Before we go is abiyigo mongen. Chogoji. Yes. I'm going to the bathroom first. So any questions?
Yeah.
Cool. Hasiskika. What is hasi? Is sun. Gika is measure. Huyanibiga. Okay. Huyanibiga. Remember? Fachalegi huyana. I say hasiskika. It's pa hamga. Huyaniga. Baksi, let's see. Baksi asan. Chihijatis. Baksi is tomorrow. Asan means at way. Asan Chihijatis day after tomorrow, I think. I'm so mixed up. Okay. Oh, I know. Chihijatis Mado, everybody. And I want to say thank you before I go to Miss Barnett. She Mado to get set. And then I had two people from Alabama. I was very honored to meet y'all. And to pick me out of all these people in this big old crowd, it was an honor. So y'all keep hanging in, and I'm gonna have different things going up here. I just need to get my computer done. Okay. All right. No, Mado gets together. You best. I'm gonna say Mado, and I'm leaving. Bye-bye. I'll see you.
Hello.
Ah.
Mado.
Hello,
Oh,
Oh,
hello.
there you go. There you go.
Uh-huh.